If you're going to fight with me till the end. Fight with me because you want your community, you want your county to be safer. Who wants to prepare a funeral for their 16-year-old child?
Hey you. Yeah, you. Hit the subscribe button so you never miss out on another video. A 16-year-old student athlete named Darion Davis arrived at Coffee County Medical Center in Georgia. Initially, his family believed that he had been admitted due to an asthma attack, a reasonable assumption given his health history. However, this explanation would unravel as days passed. When Darion's condition worsened, he was transferred to an ICU in Savannah, Georgia, where his family watched with growing concern. The truth behind Darion's hospitalization became horrifyingly clear on October 21st, 9 days after the incident. His mother, Kimberly Davis, received a video from an anonymous source. What she saw was horrific, a recording of her son being viciously beaten while onlookers did nothing to intervene. Kimberly's reaction was one of pure devastation. She described it as an out-of-body experience. This video would later become central evidence in the case, revealing not only the brutality of the attack, but also the indifference of those who watched her son suffer.
It's just been a mess. Like, honestly, who wants to prepare a funeral for their 16-year-old child? Nobody.
On Saturday, October 12th, Kimberly Davis arrived at Coffee County Regional Hospital where she thought her son, 16-year-old Darion Davis, was brought to the emergency room because of an asthma attack. It was not until days later, as he laid in the bed in ICU in Savannah, that she would find out what actually happened.
But when I got that call at 10:43 that night and they sent a video of what had actually happened, it was like an out-of-body experience. It was like my body, like my soul just left my body.
She says the video showed several people attacking her son as he asked for help while people stood around watching and listening. Multiple people were arrested and charged in connection to Davis's death. Names and photos for two of the suspects have been released due to the others being minors. Davis said she has one message for the community as she prays to get justice for her son's death.
Don't let it stop after he's in the ground. If you're going to fight with me till the end. Fight with me because you want your community, you want your county to be safer. Fight with me. That's what I would say. Don't let it stop once he's buried.
As law enforcement investigated, they found that the confrontation on October 12th was far from spontaneous. Darion had a history with one of the individuals involved, a suspect who, like him, had been arrested on felony charges 2 years prior. That incident had apparently left lingering tension between them, a feud that had simmered and grown into a fatal grudge. What may have seemed like teenage conflicts spiraled into something far more sinister. After Kimberly shared the video with law enforcement, authorities from the Atkinson County Sheriff's Office, with support from the Pearson Police Department and the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, launched an official Homie investigation. The video provided clear visual evidence of the assault, showing multiple individuals physically attacking Darion without mercy. It also depicted the bystanders who, despite Darion's pleas for help, watched and listened without stepping in.
Davis began making calls to law enforcement in Atkinson County and Pearson that worked with the Georgia Bureau of Investigation to investigate what would develop into a homicide case now 2 weeks later.
Armed with this evidence, law enforcement was able to identify the suspects involved in the assault, who are ultimately charged with the teen's passing. The events leading to Darion's assault took place in Pearson, Georgia. On the afternoon of October 12th, the teen found himself at Coral Loop, where several individuals, including a 21-year-old and 4 juveniles, had gathered. What initially transpired remains unclear, whether there was a confrontation, a challenge, or words were exchanged. However, the tension quickly escalated from a heated dispute to a physical confrontation. As the altercation progressed, it became apparent that Darion was severely outnumbered. The suspects, 2 of them whom were much older than Darion, allegedly launched a brutal assault. At some point during the attack, a 15-year-old in the group picked up a metal pipe and struck Darion multiple times. The severity of the blows left him helpless and severely injured. Witnesses reported that Darion pleaded for assistance, but his cries went unheeded. It wasn't until his attackers left the scene that Darion was finally rushed to Coffee County Medical Center. The physical trauma he endured was extensive, ultimately proving fatal despite emergency medical intervention. Having been transferred to an ICU in Savannah, doctors attempted to stabilize Darion. His family stayed by his side, but the extent of his injuries left little hope. Sadly, 9 days after the attack, Darion succumbed to his injuries. His body was subsequently transferred to the GBI Medical Examiner's office for an autopsy to confirm the cause and manner of passing. The investigation led to the swift identification and arrest of 5 individuals: 21-year-old Nehemiah Jones, 17-year-old Verntron White, and 3 minors aged 14, 15, and 16. The charges filed against each suspect were grave, including malice fatality, felony fatality, aggravated assault, and aggravated battery. Considering how terrible the crime was, 17-year-old White was charged as an adult. Him and Jones were detained in the Atkinson County Jail, while the 3 juvenile suspects were remanded to the Georgia Department of Juvenile Justice. Darion was more than just another victim. Known for his infectious smile and boundless enthusiasm, he was a well-loved member of his community, known for his passion for rapping and his vibrant personality. His family and friends recalled his ability to bring joy to any situation, describing him as a young man with a gentle heart and uplifting spirit. On October 31st, 2024, the community gathered at Prayer and Praise Ministries to celebrate his life in a somber yet touching memorial service. The outpouring of love highlighted the depth of loss felt by all who knew him. Kimberly Davis publicly mourned her son, describing the immense pain of losing him. As part of the investigation, the GBI has urged anyone with information to come forward. More information regarding avenues for anonymous tips can be found on the screen or in the description below. Darion's passing has left a hole in his family and community, but Kimberly has turned her grief into a relentless pursuit of justice. She remains committed to ensuring that her son's passing is not in vain, calling on the community to continue supporting efforts for change. I will be following the outcome of this case, so be sure to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. May the family and friends of Darion Davis find solace in the happy memories, and may his soul rest in perpetual peace. Thank you.